startling and mysterious death of an 8-year-old girl has left her family in profound grief and dealt investigators the sad task of trying to learn more about what led to her suicide. News 4's Brian Thompson reports.
We've learned details now on the death of an 8-year-old girl on Sunday here, a terrible suicide. The prosecutor this afternoon releasing her name, Imani McCray. What we don't know yet is what led her to take her own life. Pictures of 8-year-old Imani McCray show nothing but a smiling girl. But News 4 New York has learned that when police arrived at her Vailsburg apartment Sunday, they found she had hung herself in her bedroom after being sent there for a timeout. Relatives desperately tried to revive her, EMS finding a faint pulse before she died at University Hospital. No family was home today at their apartment above a pharmacy in Newark's Vailsburg section. But sources close to the investigation tell us she had seen on Facebook a story about 10-year-old suicide in Colorado last month. Ashanti Davis hung herself after allegedly being bullied at school.
We just want parents to know that you got to be in your children's life, because this is reality now. We got to bury our baby.
There is no indication that Imani was bullied, but investigators are still trying to determine how that Colorado incident could have been what motivated the hanging suicide here, or if it was just perhaps a tragic play acting. Either way, the family was making funeral arrangements this afternoon. According to a family friend, Imani would have turned 9 years old next week. In Newark, Brian Thompson, News 4 New York.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. This video right here comes straight out of New Jersey, where we have an 8-year-old girl who basically hangs herself. I don't really know if she hung herself or she had some kind of assistance to hang herself. But my thing is this: how did she even have the idea, the notion, the thought, and also to be able to tie a knot that would hold her, you know, to keep her suspended in the air, so you know she can get hung. How do an 8-year-old even think that? And when I heard this story, I was like, wow, you know, I was waiting because I wanted to hear more of the story develop before I gave my 2 cents in. And I appreciate all the people who said, Trey, why don't you do a story on this? Because I was just trying to wait and really see if there was something else came out, but evidently nothing else came out. And this is a huge problem that we're facing all across this country now, where you have this quote-unquote bullying. You know, where you have people basically just bullying for no reason. And this has been going on since the beginning of time. It's nothing new. We done experienced this in school. We done seen other people get bullied. Matter of fact, some of us have been bullies in our life. Some of us right now are still bullies. And if you're a bully right now, you need to sit your old ass down now, especially if you're a grown ass man or woman. There's no need for you to go around trying to talk about, I ain't taking that shit today, I ain't gonna do this. You never know what somebody might be thinking. They might have a box cutter on them and slice you from your ass to your appetite. You don't need all that in your life. But at the same time, it's all about treating people with respect and everything. So I'm going to read a snippet from this story, and I will give my opinion surely as we go. 8-year-old girl who killed herself has seen story on another child's suicide. Now, where did she see the story at? We will get to that in just a second right here. And this is why I say, and I emphasize so much, you have to be careful of what you let your children see on social media. You have to be careful of these apps, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, anything where they can communicate with a broad audience. You have to be aware of that, because you have to understand an 8-year-old mind is not fully developed. Of course, they're 8, so they're not going to be able to comprehend or intake what you intake. Now, an 8-year-old New Jersey girl may have killed herself. I said may. Killed herself via hanging, and officials recently revealed that she might have been inspired by a story she saw on social media. Imani McCray reportedly hung herself on Sunday night, according to investigators in Essex County, New Jersey. WNBC, citing the investigation, reported that she might have been trying to copy another girl. And why would she do that? You know, children do that also, but I don't understand why would she decide to do that. I mean, shouldn't you know better? You know, because I remember when I was 8, I wasn't finna hang my damn self. I remember when I was 8, I was, you know, learning how to swim. I wasn't finna go off in the deep end, you know. So I don't see somebody, especially an 8-year-old, intentionally killing themselves. But you never know this day and age now. And it also says a 10-year-old Colorado girl, Ashanti Davis, also hanged herself several weeks ago. News of the incident was subjected to heavy media coverage. In Ashanti's case, she had apparently been bullied, according to her family. And I remember that story right there, a very heartbreaking story. Now, authorities said that Amani's relative frantically tried to revive her after she was sent to her room for a timeout. WNBC reported. When paramedics arrived at the scene, she had a faint pulse. Prosecutors later said that she was pronounced dead at Newark's University Hospital. Officials said there's no indication that Amani was bullied before her death. The family said she would have turned 9 next week. It's tragic, it's horrible thing, no matter what the circumstances were around it. Anytime an 8-year-old child is dead, it's just horrible. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, Baraka of Mortal Kombat. Baraka said of the incident on Wednesday, according to NJ.com. My heart goes out to them. I hope it's not bullying. I hope it isn't a copycat. I hope it's none of these things. We just have to do better. You know, all of us as a community, as a society, we just have to do better. And if they don't know it's really about if she was bullied or not, then what would possess her to take that extra step forward, to kill herself, to hang herself? Now, from what I smell for this case, I smell a bunch of BS. And you know what BS means? That's that bullshit. Because I don't understand if she wasn't bullied and she read a story. Don't you reread stories all the time? Even from children, can't you remember all the stories you heard of people getting killed, or you don't see it on TV? That don't mean you go back and imitate it, but some people do. And I'm not saying that this is not the case in this situation, but it just sounds very weird that they would say that she hung herself because of another person being bullied. We've been hearing about bullying all damn year long for years now, especially with the recently viral video of Keaton Jones, and it come to find out that so allegedly now that he was going around saying the N-word, and his mom and them was white supremacists. His dad is a white supremacist in jail, and they basically taught him all this stuff because that's how children get taught, through the parents or through TV or when they go to school or when they associate with other people. And it come to find out that that story was totally untrue, and then you had everybody backtracking that story. And my thought is this right here: why aren't the large celebrities, the black celebrities, pulling behind this case right here? Because if she hung herself because she done seen somebody else getting hung, wouldn't you want to reach out to that person also? And Keaton is alive. This girl is dead. So I don't understand how they do that right there, them double standards. I really don't understand that part. Now, a woman identifying herself as the girl's grandmother wrote a message on Facebook. My only granddaughter, who is 8 years old, passed away yesterday. For this baby, life had only begun. Dear God, nobody saw this coming. When she called me Nana, it made my heart smile, and right now it's broken. The number of middle school girls harming themselves has nearly tripled since 2005, a trend that emerged with the increase in popularity and access to smartphones. These smartphones, and you don't need to give your little kids no damn smartphones. I don't understand why you have 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds with damn smartphones. You know what I'm saying? You better get you a landline and put that in the house and let that child use that damn phone, But hey, y'all open up the doors to all this temptation and whatnot was going on. Don't you understand what these phones is? Don't you understand what that Apple logo mean when you see part of that apple bit off? Go back to Adam and Eve and put them 2 and 2 together to see what you get for. Now, the Washington Post reported the soaring popularity of smartphones also coincided with a rise in suicide for people ages 10 through 24. And why is 24? I don't know. I guess they still have a naive mind also and still trying to find their way. Now, according to John Teague, a psychology professor at San Diego State University, teens who spend 5 or more hours online per day were 71% more likely to report at least one suicide risk factor compared to teens that spend 1 hour or less online per day, according to an editorial in the Washington Post. And what I gathered from that right there, that psychology professor research he done, was the fact that, as you spend more time doing anything, what's going to happen? You're going to come across more articles, more videos, more news. So I guess that's how they came up with that hypothesis right there. But it don't matter if you spend 1 minute online or 5 hours. Guess what? If you come across something that's meant for you to see it, you're going to see it. Then what? So I don't understand that research right there. But they always got to break things down and try to explain it. But my thing is this right here: why isn't the mainstream media covering this like they covered the Keaton Jones story? Why is that? And why aren't the celebrities reaching out to this family trying to see if they can offer any support? Because I know they're gonna need money to bury the little girl. What's going on with that? I don't understand. Now, I would like for you all to give your opinion on this situation right here, because it's like a lot of loopholes missing in the story. They tell you just a little bit, and that's it. That's why I didn't really want to touch on the story, but I'm going to let you all out there try to figure out what's really going on. Do the parents know more than what they're saying? Because remember, the key thing, the parents sent the little girl to her room on a timeout. All of a sudden, she winds up hung. Now, I'm not saying that the parents are guilty of murder, because, you know, that'll be crazy for me to say. But it's very strange that you would send a child to her room for a timeout. Now, she wasn't hanging herself or thinking about hanging herself. I ain't going to say thinking, because I don't know what she was thinking. Now, she wasn't preparing to hang herself until she allegedly went to the room on timeout. Then that's where she took her life at. That don't make any sense right there, because if you really had it in your mind to take your life, guess what you're going to do? You're going to take your life, whether you go to the room on timeout or whether you go to the room with some milk and cookies. Think about it. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this video right here. And to the little angel, you know, may she rest in peace. And you know, I feel very sorry for her. And a money, you know, that's a very pretty name, beautiful little young girl. Could have grown up to being a lawyer, doctor, or whatever, you know. And it's sad. And if she was bullied and they're not really saying it, I don't understand that case right there. But why would they leave out vital information out the story? You know, and so when you report it, it makes you sound kind of funny saying it, because, you know, you're reading what they wrote and you're trying to, you know, figure it out what really happened. And I guess that's why they do that to certain stories. You know, certain stories open and shut. Certain stories, you like a dog chasing your tail. They send you around in a circle all day long. But let me know what you all out there think, the people. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe, you know, and talk to your children, especially anybody from high school level on down. Because I feel when you get into college, you shouldn't have all that, even though you still do. But it's a more maturity when you're in college. But if you in school, especially elementary and middle school, high school also, but the middle school period and the elementary, that's where it's most important at. Talk to your children. Ask them, how was their day? You know, what's going on? You made any new friends? Stuff like that. Whatever happened to old conversations, instead of your child coming home and they go into their room, jumping on the computer or on a telephone or sitting down watching TV. You know, because I remember when I used to come in, I used to be talked to. You know, how was your day, son? You know, you made any friends? You know, what y'all do? I guess, you know, that's old fashioned now. But anyway, y'all stay blessed. I'm out.